Hello everyone, welcome back to Idol Manager. Last time we left off, we had just finished the Ayanaya route. And now, I think we'll be going into the rival route, Sasuke Bakugo. So, let's go. Completing this task will lock you into Bakugo's route. Do you want to continue? Of course. Ah, you've decided to lend me your talents. Or I suppose your idol's talents by proxy. That is good. This is about to be part of something big. You are one crazy motherfucker. Did you know that? Oh. It hit top of the charts this time, not in the last route. Oh my god, look at this fucking shit. 102 points of stamina. Why? That's like a while from now. What's taking you so long, dude? Hey, there you are. This is like a little strange. Because, you're 14 and my idols are bordering on 30. But, I'm not picky. Hey, I'm glad to see you in person. I'm sure you've seen my photos, right? Don't I just look winsome in them? Who the fuck uses the word winsome? In this day and age? Smoked. Let's make a dish. A Yuki dish. Parfait. Snowy. Mountain. Parfait. El story. Excuse me, ma'am. Oh, this is the... Yep, this is just summer games. Hopefully, I don't fuck it up. Actually do this year's summer games. I'll be completely honest with you. There are a number of other groups in contention. Scales is one of among several. Nothing's certain at this point. When the exploratory committee started reaching out to other acts, Scales kept on coming up during conversations as one of the biggest influences for other musical acts we're considering. In light of that, it seemed that maybe we should consider going to the source. If a record only sells a few copies, but everyone who buys one of those copies goes on to be an idol, that's a big cultural impact, and that's part of what the committee is aiming to recognize. So, you're in the running. Yep, we gotta do the big research. Boom, 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 boom. Pop, 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 pop. Hip hop. Love, 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 love. Fuck. We are making a single. Please hire us for the summer games. And it'll be so pog. You and I need to have a conversation about the selection committee for the summer games ceremony. You and I are both in the running. We know it's not Phantasm Facade because he started that and as soon as it got popular, shut it down. So Trills is in the running? Yes. That's not nearly as interesting as the fact that the committee also included Phantasm Facade on their shortlist. I just found out about Phantasm Facade making the cut, I met with the committee rep last week to talk about Trills being selected, and yesterday the legal representation that I hired to meet on behalf of Phantasm Facade had the same meeting. Needless to say, I have plans. I would appreciate your cooperation if you're so inclined, but I understand if you want to prioritize the interests of Scales over my vision. I certainly wouldn't begrudge you for that. After all, you owe me nothing. What do you want me to do? Scales should make it as far into the selection process as possible. I may fill you in on the details at a later date, but right now I actually just need Scales to survive the selection process. What does that achieve? Didn't I just tell you I might fill you in on the details at a later date? That implies that it's not time to tell you yet. For now, I just need Scales to do well in the process. To that end, here's some free advice. The selection committee wants to choose groups that are well known. The more fans you have, the more people they can expect to tune in to the summer games. Let's face it, in this digital age, people have way better things to do than to watch a 2-hour ceremony on TV. If they can put some famous singers and dancers in the ceremony, It's going to get a lot more people to tune in. Scales' fan base has been enough to get you this far in the selection process, but I know how these committees think. They don't want a group that's a has-been. They want a group that's on the upswing. If you lose fans between now and the final selection, that's not the kind of thing that's going to impress the committee. In fact, it's not enough to stay the same size. Being in this business is like being a shark. You'll die if you're not swimming forward. Stagnation is death in this industry. To really impress the committee, you want your fan base to grow by at least 20% between now and when they make the selection cutoff. If you're able to do that, well, we can talk about it then. Can you finish this song already? I gotta finish it before the end of March. Because I need it to top their leaderboards. What's my goal? Oh. It's a manageable under 2 million. And I hope I can do it this time. Grow my fan base. At least... Hey-oh, not quite, but that's pretty good. Is it top of the charts good? No, you gotta be kidding me. Nah. A news report has been published with a story about the clothing store that Komori Shina endorsed. Turns out that the factory used by the clothing company has suicide nets to prevent workers from jumping from higher floors. Article goes into detail about the factory's poor working conditions. Company's not released a response to the article. Oh, nor. Generic announcement? Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, good on Scales for speaking out. Is that enough to push us over? Not quite. Yeah, I know. I'm working on it. Yucatan. Did we do it? Tell me we did it. What do you mean? I did. Bruh. Hello. I better fucking count. I think we're good. Oh. And didn't I see you at a party a while back? Oh yeah, with Sasuke Bakugo. I seem to recall crossing paths with you at some point. I hope you'll forgive me for forgetting the specific, as I go to so many formal events that it can be hard to keep track of faces and names, especially when such functions are often accompanied by adult beverages. I drink one sip of a tequila and I am out! Ah, Miss Lee, fancy seeing you here. I presume you're here for the same reasons I am. Yeah, you're probably right. Not willing to say more than that, eh? It would be odd to be inhibited from speaking candidly, considering that we've both signed the same confidentiality agreements. If you're fearful of saying something that you shouldn't, well, let's just say that I don't share that same fear. At any rate, I think the committee has made up their minds. You're the obvious choice. You trying to flatter me? No, I'm just being honest. To be clear, I'm not saying that Scales is the best act that they could choose for this. Obviously, that would be Phantasm Facade. Have you seen them? They're so cool. But you are the obvious choice. You're new enough to be somewhat hip and popular, but established enough that even people who aren't plugged into the zeitgeist will probably be aware of who you are. You don't create art that's too challenging. People know what they're getting from you. Me, on the other hand, my art is for highbrow people. You're not exactly an auteur. The committee is looking for someone like you, not me. I am too high class for those peasants. You sound bitter. I'm just stating the facts. I'd have to be delusional not to realize the difference in how we're perceived. I don't resent you in the slightest. We both played the game. If you won, that means you played better. Why would I begrudge you for that? If anything, I feel like they should build up some kind of spirit of camaraderie between us, don't you think? If there's one thing I'm unhappy about, it's the knowledge that perhaps the people on the committee might reject me and my group based on an incorrect understanding of what I am. If they want to reject me based on demerits, that's fine. Hell, if they want to reject me over a petty grudge that Mr. Tanaka is still holding, I could even live with that. But what would really break my heart is if they rejected me without really knowing who I am. Witness me! That's what I like about you, Miss Lee. You and I have gone through the same struggles. You get me. Do I, sir? Do I? And I get you. You do not. Even if I might not know everything that's going on inside your head, even if I still have some secrets that I'm still holding close to my chest, we understand each other. What do you call that kind of relationship? Hatred. I think you may be right, Miss Lee. I used to think that when you truly get to know someone, you start to like them in the way that they like themselves. But perhaps you and I aren't the kind of people who like ourselves. Self-hatred, baby. It's the new look. Perhaps we're the kind of people who hate ourselves. If you can find someone who hates you in the same way that you hate yourself, maybe that might be the most special relationship of all. Regardless of how things turn out, I don't think you and I have seen the last of each other. At least I hope not. Are you two... Should I get a room, or... yeah. Hello, you two? Miss Lee, would you like to come and speak with, to me privately? So at this point, the committee's narrowed down the selection to 3 candidates. I gotcha. Let's see. Alright, this is the new content. Well, you made it. Congratulations. Did you just come here to congratulate me? I guess I could congratulate you on getting this far. Though, as I'm sure you know, the committee made it very explicit that there are conditions under which you might not be permitted to perform. Of course, you're too good to let a little scandal or two bowl you over, right? That's what I'm counting on. The finish line is now in sight. We're in the end game. This is where the fun begins. Huh. I knew I should have saved you for last. Well, I did. At least, it should be fun for me. Keep a stiff upper lip, Miss Lee. I have a sneaking suspicion that the next few weeks won't be easy for you. I've been waiting for this a long time. I'm sure we'll have something interesting to discuss. Is that a threat? What did I say that could possibly be construed as a threat? You're definitely paranoid, Miss Lee. Of course, that might be a good trait to have in the coming weeks. I think you're about to discover that you had more enemies than you realized. But I think you might also be about to learn who your friends are. You're so sus, dude. Chapter 6. Going into this, scared. What the hell does he have plotted? You know, maybe this will be the last single that I'll release. So, what could be more fitting? Let's call it finale. A pair of angry parents are threatening legal action against Scales. Apparently at a recent performance, teenage daughter tripped on some loose cables near the stage and got a nasty gash on her knee. Looks as though the injury may leave a permanent scar. Cash settlement. You know, I don't think I have to do anything, really, other than finish this single. I think I am so set that I could ride this until the end of the game, and that's it. Who the fuck? I say that, immediately someone starts getting bullied. What the hell? You know what, just because I can, let's like do another dish. Let's do new girl. What the hell is that? Rice and fish. Fish and rice. What else? What else do we get? Oh dear, you've been here. Bravocado. What the fuck is this? Avocado? Is this like some kind of fucked up salad? What is this? What else we got? Hayashi Sarina. The original. What else? Manami. Bruh. Y'all can come up with different dishes, I believe. I'm firing the next person to submit a parfait. You're out, bucko. Is my game fucked? Why? Scales is over. Oh my god, finally something else. Chosen one. What else y'all got? Oh my god. It's not unusual. Fuck. What about you? Wow. All of y'all are awful. Could you imagine walking into a goddamn cafe and 17 of their, like, 20 items on the menu are the exact same fucking parfait? Oh, at least we got another fucked up salad. Of course. You. Goodbye. I'm done. Awful. Heyo. Oh god. A series of photos of Komori Shiina getting into a car with local politician Yoshiki Tamura have started to circulate online. Komori Shiina is wearing a mask in the photo, but it's obvious from several close-up photos that it's her. Mr. Tamura is significantly older than Komori Shiina, making it especially scandalous if this gets out. Timestamp says the photos were posted only 30 minutes ago, but it's only a matter of time before this gets out of hand. Should I have them taken down? Oh, okay. Within an hour of the post going live, another photo of a different girl with a different man appears, climbing into the same car. Appears to be a doctored photo of one of the photos that Komori Shiina originally appeared in. Minutes later, same photo appears, this time with a different girl's face and a different man's face in the shot. Followed by several other versions of the same photo, each featuring the face of a different female celebrity. News sites begin posting stories about the images, reporting them as being an application of deepfake technology, surmising that someone must have used AI-driven photo manipulation to edit the faces. Could this all have been some part of the ploy to implicate Komori Shiina in some dating scandal that she was never actually a part of? But then why would the saboteur post different versions of the same photo? Oh. I just want you to know you don't have to worry about me being involved with Mr. Tamura anymore. We haven't seen each other in over 6 months. Huh. That's odd. Didn't the pictures from yesterday turn out to be fake? Why would she apologize for having been involved with the person in the photo? That's suspicious. Oh. As you're about to leave the office for the day, a message comes in from Sasuke Bakugo. Meet me for dinner tonight, 7 p.m. Is this flirting? Now what could this be about? Yeah. Hello, Miss Lee. It's good to see you. I know I've kept you in the dark for quite some time about what I'm planning. What are you planning? That's what I'd like to discuss with you. Hopefully this isn't too abrupt, but I'd like to explain myself to you. Not here, though. I trust that you'll join me again this evening for dinner. What do you want to talk about? I've kept you in the dark for long enough. It's time for me to explain what I've been planning, and how you factor into my plans. You are so sus, dude. Ah, Miss Lee, so glad you could join me. What big secret are you hiding? Straight to business, hey? Let's get right to it then. As you well know, the planning committee for the Summer Games closing ceremony picked 3 idol groups, only one of which will actually be performing. You're the first pick, but if Scales is unable to perform for whatever reason, another group will be chosen in their stead. You probably know who your understudies are, right? Both Trills and Phantasm Facade. Yes, it was difficult for me to move all of the pieces into place, but Phantasm Facade was selected as part of the final group selection. The most difficult part was finding a way to get Phantasm Facade through the process without ever exposing myself as the mastermind behind it. The group itself is tied to a shell corporation that I created through a law firm that serves intermediary to protect my anonymity, but the final interview round was a bit of an unexpected curveball. I had debated whether to hire an actor to represent the group before the answer smacked me in the face. I had one of the idols from the group go to the interview and pose as the manager. They're all talented performers, and getting through that interview was just one last performance. In short, I have two groups in the running, competing against each other, and the committee members are none the wiser. Phantasm Facade is, of course, too avant-garde to be selected as the primary. But the attention that Phantasm Facade attracted on a national level at the time that the committee was making the selection made it impossible to ignore. They would never choose Phantasm Facade as their number one, but they might choose it as a backup. Choosing Phantasm Facade as a backup would allow the more traditional members of the committee the ability to pay lip service to the idea of respecting Phantasm Facade's national influence without actually choosing it publicly. After all, if Phantasm Facade was the second backup, what are the odds that both the primary and the first backup group would be unable to perform? The only way that I could get Phantasm Facade to actually perform would be to arrange for the two other groups to drop out. One of those is obvious. I was able to get Trills in the running. The other part of my plan was you. Scales needs to drop out. Is that why we've had to dodge so many scandals lately? What? No. If the committee booted you out too early in the process, they might feel the need to scout out another group that could serve as a backup. I needed you to be fully committed to performing at the ceremony until as late in the process as possible, so that their only other option would be to go with the backup they'd already selected. In fact, I've been working overtime to keep your record clean. After all, I'm sure you noticed that all of the scandals that cropped up seem to magically resolve themselves. Ah, the deepfake. The deepfake event was you, huh? That's interesting. You didn't think that you were simply that lucky, did you? I've been playing defense for you this entire time. I must admit, creating deepfakes to distract you from your very real dating scandal involving a politician felt odd. It feels a bit like the opposite of what I'm used to doing. At any rate, now is the time for Scales to drop out. And what's your plan for making that happen? It's what I'm doing right now. I simply need to convince you to drop out for the good of Phantasm Facade. I'm not being selfish in doing this, you know. Both you and I helped to build Phantasm Facade into what it is. I contributed the vision, and you contributed to its talent pool. Glory for Phantasm Facade would be a victory for both of us. I mean, it would be a victory for fucking Teruya Ayuka, but what about my other fucking, what is it, like 15 idols? Hell the fuck no, dude. If you pull out, Phantasm Facade will give the greatest performance of all time, and then vanish. Everyone will know what Phantasm Facade was, yet no one will know who made it happen. It will simply be something that sprang into existence and then vanished without a trace. In many ways, Phantasm Facade is the most obviously artificial group. It does not present itself as an organic or natural, or as organic or natural or human. It is practiced, rehearsed, and perfect. It is the opposite of natural imperfection. And yet, with no trace of how it was created, it seems in some ways a natural part of the fabric of the universe. It is too perfect to have been created. It simply is. You are one interesting motherfucker, huh? But like, why would I do that? But like, why would I help you? Because you want to fulfill your fucking crazy dream? Why? What's in it for me? What's in it for Scales? Of course, this can only happen if we cooperate and both pull out. And I don't intend to leave you here tonight with any doubt in either of our minds about how things will play out. So I feel obliged to address something that has been weighing heavy on my mind recently. Are you familiar with the prisoner's dilemma? Didn't we talk about this already? I discussed it recently with an associate. Interesting. I wonder what context it came up in. You? You did it? Why are we... Huh? I had that conversation... Oh, no, I didn't. No, that conversation is with the idol that left the group. Yeah. The context is you, though. I thought I was the only person who routinely made people think about prisoner dilemma scenarios. If both Trills and Scales cooperate and pull out, then it will lead to a mutually beneficial outcome. How so? The committee will be left with Phantasm Facade as their only option. Phantasm Facade, who we've both had a hand in bringing to its current state of greatness, will be known around the world, and both of us will have the privilege of carrying the world's greatest secret to our grave. And what about the idols? I'm running an idol business where the idols are first and foremost, dude. However, if Trills pulls out and you choose not to withdraw Scales, you can benefit at my expense. Glory for you and not for me, even though you wouldn't have gotten to this point without my help. You trying to guilt trip me, dude? I would have gotten here just fine without your help, dude. We would have handled it. I would have just fired one or two people, changed my policies a bit. The fuck? Of course, the possibility exists for me to do the same thing. If you withdraw Scales and I don't withdraw Trills, then I benefit at your expense. In a classic prisoner's dilemma, this would be quite the pickle. The optimal outcome for all parties involved requires mutual cooperation, but each of the players can get a better outcome for themselves by defecting. That's what makes a prisoner's dilemma difficult. It's not rational to cooperate, if all you care about is self-interest. This isn't self-interest, though. I am taking into account the interest of 15 fucking idols, dude. It's all about nuance, dude. However, this isn't really like a prisoner's dilemma. You only need to fear me defecting if you think that I prefer the outcome where Trills represents Japan to the world over the one where Scales participates. You see? If I know you are going to cooperate, then I don't benefit by defecting. You believe me when I say this, don't you? Look into my eyes, Miss Lee. I don't want to. They are scary. You know it to be true. I was never in this for the glory. And maybe, if you are the person that I believe you to be, you feel the same. We are both self-loathing motherfuckers in the same business. Speak for yourself, dude. I don't know about that, dude. You prefer a world where Phantasm Facade receives the glory instead of Scales. You want to participate in my grand performance. Not out of generosity, but out of selfishness, because the pleasure of getting to see my final brilliance performance would eclipse any benefit you would get from seeing your own group perform. Sasuke Bakugo turns away and spends a moment wistfully gazing into space. We are in a ramen shop. You share a moment of silence. I wouldn't be asking this of any other person, Miss Lee. What I want from the world is so different from what the world wants that I decided a long time ago never to ask for things. I didn't need to because I had a sugar daddy. If I wanted something, I would take it. I never asked for permission. I simply did what I wanted and lived with the consequences. It's literally rich people talk. If faced with the prisoner's dilemma 100 times, I would defect every time. I'm not in the habit of cooperating with anyone. Nobody I've ever known has done anything to preserve my loyalty. And even those few compassionate souls who really did want the best for other people don't know the first thing about how to achieve it. The world has screwed me so many times. So I decided a long time ago, screw the world. I expected that I could spend the rest of my life counting only on myself. But I think you might be different. When I explained my plan for creating the ultimate idol, the idol that existed only as a piece of ephemera in the public consciousness before fading from existence, I could see it in your eyes. How can you tell? My fucking eyes are always covered by my hair. I live as, like, a constant hentai protagonist. You want the same thing I want. In you, I believe I finally found a kindred spirit. You get me, and I get you. We get us. Tell me I'm right, Lee. Tell me that after all that's happened to the both of us, you're ready to pull scales out so that Phantasm Facade can perform. This is a weirdly phrased question here. What's your pullout strategy? I mentioned I had a plan for how Scales and Trills could both pull out simultaneously to clear the path for Phantasm Facade to perform. But in truth, a pull-out isn't really an option at this point. There are some jobs that you can't just resign from on a whim, and this is one of them. After all, think about how hard the Scales idols have been preparing for this. If you decided just to drop out, seemingly on a whim, you'd have a mutiny on your hands. As ironic as it might seem, having to pull out because you were involved in some sort of public disgrace would actually make it easier for you to get away with pulling out. And in fact, at this point, I think it is the only way. This is also the way in which we can both simultaneously self-destruct. What if we were both disgraced in the same incident? Is this like an invitation? I don't want to fuck you, dude. We could simply record a video of ourselves talking disparagingly of the International Summer Athletic Games. Or we could say a slur and post it on Twitter. Isn't that amazing? Isn't that a great idea? All for the sake of art. That ought to get us both the boot. But whatever we do together to disgrace ourselves, I want it to be art. I want it to have artistic merit. Whether that means beautiful human bodies captured in their most honest and unashamed form, or insults delivered with the verbal grace and wit we're both known for, I want this career ruiner to be one for the ages. Something that people repeatedly come back to for years to come, purely for the aesthetic beauty of it. So, what do you say? Will you embark on this journey with me? This is literally like an avant-garde proposal. Dude, I want none of your shit. Oh, that's crazy. I have to decide here? I thought I would have to decide in the... Huh. That's crazy. I feel like I want to end this with a bang. So, first option, fuck you. Do you mean that after coming this far, you really don't want to go out in a blaze of glory? You don't want to see my plans brought to fruition? I'm not sure if I should feel hurt. I guess I'm more shocked. Well, if that's what the way it was going to be, then I suppose I'll have to respect your choice. Evidently, I misjudged you. Sasuke Bakugo stands up from the table and pauses for a painfully long moment before speaking in a dejected tone. You know, I've spent a long time searching for something. This means I have to start looking for it somewhere else. At any rate, I'm certainly not going to find the answers that I want here. So, I'll leave you to yourself for the rest of the evening and the rest of your life. Goodbye, Miss Lee. I'm tired. That's crazy, dude. That's crazy that he's just, like, he's immediately depressed that he's like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm out. Everything's in place for the Summer Games closing ceremony. And this is the ending. Top of the world, baby. We made it. Although, I don't think there's anything. Oh. Oh. You. You're the one that quit. Hey, I'm not sure if you ever expected to hear from me again. I know I didn't leave Scales on the best of terms. It's been a while. When I left Scales, I got involved with another project relating to the performing arts. So I've been keeping my skills sharp. I can dance and sing as well as I could the day I left Scales. In fact, I might be even better than the day I left. I've been spending a lot of time practicing at that job. Can you tell me about the job? I can't. That's the one thing I'm going to be firm on. I signed an NDA, of course, but I'm also sort of sworn to secrecy. Sorry if that sounds cheesy, but I worked really hard on something that would be undermined if I talked about it now. That's about all I can say on it. Oh, you left to work on Phantasm Facade. That's crazy. Wow. At any rate, I'm now free to do other jobs. Jobs like working for Scales, if you'll have me back. Of course, if you'd rather not take me back, I fully understand that. So, let me know if you'd like me back on board. We'd be glad. Thanks. It feels good to be back. So that's how that ends, huh? Oh! What? Chapter 7? What do you mean? Chapter 7? Huh? What? As you pass by the break room, you overhear a conversation. Hey, sorry if it seems like I've been avoiding you lately. I think I owe you an apology. Over what? Well, I said some pretty unkind things to you about the other girls around the time that you left. Part of it was because I figured you'd never be back, but part of it was because I resented you for leaving. I thought you were disloyal, and I guess I thought less of you because of that. I don't think you need to apologize for that. You're right, my decision was pretty selfish. It was incredibly gracious of Miss Lee to hire me back after everything that happened. Well, I wanted you to know that despite the things I might have said about you in the past, I don't think less of you because of what happened. I was behaving pretty badly at the time, too. I'm glad it's all in the past. I don't regret my decision to take a leave of absence from the group, but it sounds like the way that I did it really hurt you. I should have thought about it more. I should have thought more about how my decision would affect everyone else in the group. So, really, I'm the one who should be apologizing to you. How about we both say we're sorry and we're both forgiven? Sounds good to me. Huh. Is that it? I think that's it. I don't know if I should... You know what? I'm gonna do it all in this video. This is gonna be the grand finale. Good fucking timing there. Finale, huh? Yeah, this is gonna be the grand finale. So, let's load up the save. Okay, here we are. Time to end this with a bang. Let's fucking trash those dudes. Alright. Here and now seems as good a time and place to record as any other, right? I happen to have brought a tape recorder right here. I can set up a camera on one of the empty tables over there and point it towards us. The video will look like it was recorded by someone who had just overheard our conversation and decided to start recording us. I know we're doing this with a specific goal, but let's do our best to make this conversation a piece of art that we can both be proud of. This video will go viral regardless of what we say, simply due to the consequences that it will lead. This video will go viral regardless of what we say, simply due to the consequences that it will lead to. But let's give the masses something that's really deserving of that vitality. I'm not going to coach you on how to frame your insults. Whether you go over the top or opt for subtle wit is up to you. My only suggestion is that you make every answer as dripping with as much contempt as you can muster. But let the conversation unfold organically, you know? If we only trash talk about the committee, it might look staged. Don't be afraid to take a few conversational detours. Ready to dive right into it? Sasuke Bakugo takes out a small camera and places it on a nearby empty table, then presses the button to begin recording and gives a thumbs up before returning to the table. You know, I'm not even mad that you got picked instead of Trills to perform at the Summer Games. That planning committee wouldn't know talent if it smacked them in the face. If anything, you should be the one to feel insulted. If they picked you as the best option, then it must mean that you're doing something wrong. I'm embarrassed that they picked Scales. Ugh. Well, you played the stupid game and you won the stupid prize. Maybe if I'd been willing to play harder, they would have picked me instead. It's kind of embarrassing that they claim to be autistic authorities of any kind, you know? I honestly have more respect for self-anointed autistic geniuses than I do for people who are doing it just because it falls under the responsibilities of their government job title. You know a lot about being a self-anointed authority. Hey, I'm not trying to front. Like I said, I have great respect for the people who are willing to just step into a room and say, "Pay attention to me." Putting that proposal together is one of the most insufferable things I've had to do. Man, do you remember having to submit that thing? It was beneath me. Ugh, I know. I can't believe we had to debase ourselves like that. We put performances on for the entire world, and we're supposed to dance in front of the committee like a trained monkey. I'm actually looking forward to seeing how tepid your performance during the Summer Games is. It's going to suck, because I know you've got artistic talents, but you needed to put together something that would be bland enough to appeal to the sensibilities of bureaucrats with one foot in the grave. That's not even, like, a lie. This isn't a lie. This is just, like, venting at this point. Ugh. I'm not even going to try. And why would you? Seriously. Wouldn't it suck if, at the end of your career, this was the thing you were known for? Putting together some mediocre, generic performance that suits the needs of a committee? Honestly, I don't even know why the world cares about the Summer Games so much. Blah, blah, hundreds of nations, athletes have trained their entire lives, millions of people around the globe watching. I don't even know who the biggest sucker is. Audience members are the real suckers. I know. Can you imagine the people who spend the absurd amount of money to fly into the country just to watch the games? It's hilarious to me that people will pay that amount of money to have a worse view of the action. And by action, I mean roughly 2 minutes of action for every hour you're sitting in the stadium, sandwiched between other sweaty people. I mean, your performance is going to suck, but compared to everything else that people are going to sit through, it might be the least boring thing. I don't think anyone ever comes out of these thinking, I'm glad I spent all this money on international travel just to see my country compete. Or if they do think that, they're deluded. Honestly, they'd all be better off if the Summer Games were abolished. Ugh, they should fire everyone involved. Yeah, maybe there is a way for an event like the Summer Games to succeed, but I can't imagine a way to make it good that doesn't start with burning everything to the ground and starting from scratch. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge, fire me. I'm amazed that you're able to conceal your contempt for the committee every time you speak to them. They're too dumb to notice. I guess it's not that hard to deceive people when they're dumb as rocks. Anyway, good luck, Lee. I mean that. Several moments of silence pass before Sasuke Bakugo stands up and retrieves the camera. I think that was good, right? More than enough to disqualify both of us. Once the public sees this, they'll have no choice but to go with the third option. Sasuke Bakugo hands the camera to you. Here, I'll leave this in your capable hands. Oh, you know what? I know the perfect person to give this to. She's gonna love it. Thanks. I'll make sure this makes it to the public. I'll leave the distribution method up to you. What should be done with the tape? I wonder. Anonymously send it to Ayanaya. A career suicide. You know what? It's been fun. Don't mess up. Maybe that was the kicker here. Don't mess up. After waking up, you see a message on your phone from Yucatan. I think you should stay at home today. Best not to be seen in public or leave your apartment. We can manage things at the office. There's also a message from Fujimoto. I'm so sorry, Fujimoto. I got dragged into this dude's entire rant about art, and I just thought it would be funny to end on this. It's a photograph of the front of the building where you live. Apparently, this information somehow made its way to the press. I wonder how. Probably best to stay home today. Oh, here we go. I feel sorry for all the idols and scales and trills who are tarnished by association. Honestly feeling disgusted right now. Seeing Lee and Sasuke like that was amazing. I literally can't stop watching this. Oh damn. People love the drama. We should sell popcorn. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh my god. Kind of amazed that Lee and Sasuke were ever considered for such a prestigious event, considering how ugly both of their personalities are. I thought they just consider the idol group, not the person who runs it. There's no way that either Scales or Trills can perform now. The tape is the only thing people will be talking about. Seeing the tape made me realize you really have no idea what goes on behind closed doors at groups like Scales and Trills. Wonder how they really feel about all the dedicated fans. I don't know why people are even mad at Lee and Sasuke. Who even cares about some government planning committee? Comments like these are why nobody can take idol groups seriously. Now, I'm sure that's the fault of the groups themselves. If they had the least bit of professionalism, this never would have happened. People eating it up. I'm going down, and I'm going down swinging, boys. So any rumors about who's going to perform at the Summer Games now that Scales and Trills are out? I don't know, it could be literally anyone at this point. They probably don't have multiple understudies for this kind of thing. It's happening in 2 days. Do you know how much prep work goes into this kind of event? Maybe they'll just cut it out of the ceremony. Even if they replace Scales with a different idol group, all anyone's going to think about is Lee and Sasuke Bakugo. They should probably go with something completely different. Yeah, like nothing. Wonder why Sasuke is so quiet lately. Would have expected a hastily made video by now. Someone should organize a wellness check for both Sasuke and Lee. Are we sure they're still alive? Finally got around to seeing the thing with Sasuke and Lee. Who knew these two got along so well? I kinda ship it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I just realized I'm not in my office. That's crazy. The crowd of press outside of your building seems to have disappeared. Thank fuck. A call comes in from Sasuke Bakugo. Hey, how have the last few days been for you? Just, holding myself up in my room, as per usual. It's kinda not all that different from holding myself up in my office. Just a lot less commute. Ugh. Boring. Yeah, I imagine it's no fun staying at home, waiting for something to happen. Yeah. Well, we all know how that feels. But while you've been at home moping, I've been hard at work, putting my final plan into action. At least you have the public reactions to keep you entertained. Have you been paying attention? I have. I ordered some, delivery popcorn. It was, a weird order. The Uber driver was kinda, weirded out by it. But it was great. At any rate, things are going exactly as planned. My proxy manager, who's been handling things at Phantasm Facade, has informed me that the performance will go as planned. It'll be a grand event. And I think you deserve to see it in person. I'm sending you instructions for how to join me tomorrow night at the grand ceremony. We'll have the best seats in the house, I promise. This. Following Sasuke Bakugo's instructions, you make your way to the stadium and through the requisite security to the backstage area where Sasuke's located. Hey, fancy seeing you here. I thought you would be barred from the premises in light of, recent events and all that. You're going to get on my case for sneaking into places? You of all people? Point taken. But I'll have you know that I got in here with a legitimate press pass. I guess I have you to thank for that. That's why it felt a bit weird, exposing you and Mr. Sasuke like that. When I got the video, my first thought was that I should send it to you. After all, you've done so much for me that I at least owe you that much. But then I took a look at the metadata in the email header that came with the video and saw that it was from the same IP address I've received several other messages from. All of them originating from you. Isn't that interesting? Guess I should have covered my tracks better. Yeah. Well, if you wanted me to share the tape, mission accomplished. That was what you wanted, right? Knowing that the video came from you, I figured sharing the video would be the best way to respect your wishes. I thought about checking with you to confirm, but given that you'd made the effort to be anonymous, I decided against sending a message to you that would directly implicate you as the person who shared the video. Anyway, whatever it was you were scheming, I hope it all worked out. It all went according to plan. Well, I'm glad to have played my part in allowing your plans to come together. Lee, it really is good to see you. Isn't it wild that the both of us are back here? It's a good thing none of the people on the planning committee are actually involved with making the event run. It seems like none of the people who actually make things run backstage know who we are. I bet most of them don't even speak Japanese. Wow. Nice to be anonymous. Isn't it? You and I have a certain kind of limited fame. To people who are immersed in our world, this week we became the most important thing in the world. And to the rest of the world, we're irrelevant. I almost feel like the world that we live in isn't even real life. You saying idols aren't real?
Yeah.
Idols are, by definition, hold on, I gotta look this word up.
Simulacra.
Idols are by definition simulacra. I guess you could say that, in that sense, they really don't exist. They only serve as substitutes that stand in for something else, something that really is real. Maybe some people prefer that substitute to the real thing. It's almost like some people can't get any bitches. In our invented reality, we can achieve levels of perfection and greatness that wouldn't be possible in a world bound by the constraints of reality. There is, at least, a subculture of people who understand that on a base level. But tonight, the entire world is paying attention. This is how we transcend our subculturally. This is how we show the world that artifice can be superior to reality. Tonight, people will see Phantasm Facade perform. It won't be real life. It'll be better than real life. I know I've talked dismissively about the planning committee in the past, but the truth is, this really is a global cultural event. This is the biggest audience that you or I will ever meet. And they're all getting ready to see Phantasm Facade, a group that is, by its very nature, completely anonymous. Tomorrow when the sun rises, Phantasm Facade will be no more. I created tonight's performance to convey that message. Tonight's performance isn't just about music. There will be singing and dancing, but mostly it's about stagecraft, about subterfuge, and of course, a grand disappearing act to serve as the capstone on the group's capstone performance. Oh, it's you two. I thought I might find you back here. Fujimoto? How did you get back here? My connections reach far, Mr. Sasuke. I imagine my path to get here wasn't that different from yours. Or Mr. Sasuke's. I feel that I owe both of you an apology. An apology? For what? I failed both of you. Both of you have public reputations that have been sullied. Oh, we did that on purpose, Fujimoto. Don't worry about it. I thought I could protect you. Mr. Sasuke, the truth is, I only sponsored an idol group because I wanted to enter your world. I thought that if I had Miss Lee to get me in the right circles... Oh god, I turned him British. Fuck. Sasuke Bakugo's bleeding. Like bleeding into Fujimoto's voice. I thought that if I had Miss Lee to get me into the right circles, I'd be in a position to better protect you from the consequences of the life you'd chosen. And yet, rather than protecting you, I think I may have chosen the instrument of your destruction. Yeah, that's me. Miss Lee, I'm sorry. I used you as a way to... Well, I suppose in a misguided way, I was entering a position of influence that wouldn't let me protect Mr. Sasuke and protect you too. But now, this world has chewed you up and spit you out. Yeah, by our choosing, it's fine. Fujimoto-san, stop it. Do you know why Lee and I are here? We're here because we wanted to be here. We're here as the result of our own actions. Not yours. Did it ever occur to you that the events of the past week might have been a path that both of us chose? Look at where we are right now. I mean, literally, where we are standing, waiting in the wings during the preparation for an international show. Everything happened exactly according to plan. And I didn't have to dupe or bamboozle Lee to get her here either. Miss Lee, are you really okay with this? I'm living with the consequences of my actions. I ain't no pussy bitch. I see. Fucking weirdos, what the hell? Fujimoto-san. Oh, they hug in this one too, and it's a lot less like homoerotic. Bakugo hugs Fujimoto, holding him tight. I appreciate it. Everything that you've done for me. But I'm not a child anymore. I get to make my own decisions. This is what I wanted. I guess I didn't understand you as well as I thought I did. Honestly, I don't think I ever will understand you. This is kind of fucking insane. You understood me as much as you needed to. But please, sit back and enjoy tonight's performance. I'm not sure if that's what you wanted from me, but I think it might help you understand me better. I'm looking forward to it. As the stadium lights from the previous performance dim, the sound of Phantasm Facade's vocals fills the stadium. Ooh. Oh, that's crazy. Oh my god, lyrics. Wish I had subs. Boom, boom. What a fucking bob. Are there supposed to be credits here? Alright, I'm sure there's supposed to be credits here, but oh, they're back. Say goodbye. Yeah, say goodbye. They're fucking gone, baby. As the idols hit the final note, sparklers ignite all around them, and smoke billows from the ground, completely covering the performers and obscuring them from view. The crowd erupts in cheers, and there's no movement in the center of the stadium. They're gone. That's crazy. Imagine, as the smoke clears, the center is revealed to be empty. Imagine being in the audience and witnessing this. They're just gone. Wow. There it is. The perfect disappearing act. Here we go. Ah, Miss Lee, you're back. You've been gone several days. I was starting to wonder if you'd ever return back to business as usual. Can I? Can I? Suppose you intend to resume where you left off? With recent events, I suppose the spotlight on Scales has diminished enough. Recent events involving your reputations have set us back, but I don't think it should be too hard to recover from that. I'm not sure what your plans for the future are. I guess Scales will continue operating for as long as we have enough income to pay the bills, or until something so scandalous happens that we can't possibly recover from it. Huh. Then Chapter 7, which I assume is just free play, yeah? That's crazy, baby. I've decided to disband Trills. I took the liberty of passing along your contact information to the most promising members if you feel like giving them a shot. Huh. So this happens at the end of the Ayanaya route and your route? That's crazy. They're good at their jobs, I just no longer happen to be in a position to employ them. Likewise, all of the idols that you had subcontract for our little side project can return to their usual duties at Scales. The Moonlighters no more. I'm not sure what's next for me. You could work for me. I'm not sure I'm the type to be someone's subordinate. But who knows? Maybe it could be fun. I suppose it's worth a try. The world already knows about the relationship that you and I had. I guess it wouldn't shock them too much for me to become a part of Scales. So, what do you want me to do? Wait, can I? Wait, can I? Wait, can I though? Wait, can I though? Please let me do it. I know I have him set as a male rival, but if this game's not cowardly, let me do it. Fuck. Yeah, dude. Alright. Wait, this is crazy. Wait. Hello? Wait, this is crazy. What? This should be fun. I wonder what kind of story we'll create together. Wait, this is like insane. I need to Moonlighter treats the group as a side gig, training 10 times faster, costs 5 times stamina. I can't believe this is real. Why is your dance so high? Why are you like the most like cute, cool, sexy, and pretty person I have? Why are you so good at dancing and why are you so bad at singing? I need wait. Her? What do you mean? Wait, I need to know. I need to know. I need to meet up with you. Oh, hey, it's you again. Yeah, yeah, it's been a while. You can come back. You want to be in a single. I'm crying. I'm crying over this. I'm crying over this. Wow, you already have a clique of 5 people? What is up? Oh, is it your Trills girls? Yeah, well, that would make sense. Oh my god, hello. This is crazy shit. This is fucking nuts, dude. Wow. What an ending. What an ending. We got our ultimate idol right here, folks. Right here. Wow. Holy shit. If I wasn't so, faithful to my wife that I'm going to divorce, I certainly would check it out, what it's like to flirt with this motherfucker. But, that's a good ending. I think that's a great ending. So, thank you all for watching. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!